We are day 2. This is our 4th and final stop today. And we are at Wapello State Park. And I can tell this guy is ready to just get back to camp and chill out, because he is not paying attention to anything I'm telling him. So we're going to do a quick 2-miler here. We're going to do this short 1-mile hike through the, nope, this way, over, hey, we're not going in there, that's not good water. There we go. Anyway, we're going to do this short 1-mile trek trail that started right at the youth camp in the campground. It's going to take us over by the lake, and we're going to loop back up into the campground, and then we're going to call it a day. But this is our 4th one. Me and my dog, Lake Wapello State Park. Paws on the dirt and boots on the stone, out in the world where we both feel home. Oh, my hiking dog, you're my trailside guide, with your wagging tail and your endless stride, through the forest green to the mountain's face. You make the wild feel like the safest place. You sniff the air while I map the trail. Together we're strong, no way we'll fail. The world out here feels big and free, but it's just you and me under this canopy. Oh, my hiking dog, you're my trailside guide, with your wagging tail and your endless stride, through the forest green to the mountain's face. You make the wild feel like the safest place. When the stars come out and the fire burns low, you curl up tight in the moonlight glow. Every bark echoes like a song in the night. You remind me why this feels so right. Oh, my hiking dog, you're my trailside guide, with your wagging tail and your endless stride. I realize I keep saying the name wrong. It's not Lake Wapello, it's Wapello. The park was named after one of the Native American Indian chiefs that inhabited this area. This park was established, became part of the system in 1936, and actually was starting to be constructed in the 30s by the Civilian Conservation Corps. It's 1,165 acres total for the park, and Lake Wapello itself is 165 acres. This is a man-made lake, as in we dammed up a creek to form the lake. And it has a title of
the Country Club of Iowa State Parks. And we're going to see if we can figure out why it says it's known that way. So when I was researching online about this park, I saw on a couple sites that they were calling it the Country Club of State Parks. And I'm telling you, I'm not making this up. I was about 3 miles away from the park, and I saw this guy out in the country. He was dressed like in Scottish golfing attire, and he was working on his drives right at the edge of his lane, not driving over the road, but like knocking the ball back towards his property. And I'm like, holy cow, it's true. This is the Country Club of State Parks. And when I talked to the ranger here, he said he'd never heard of that nickname, but I think it stems from the lodge that's here, that at one time there was a restaurant in there, and it was kind of known for fine dining. Since that time, that restaurant is no longer there, and they rent it out for like lodge activities. But it's CCC built building. It's made out of sandstone, and hopefully we get to see that. It's supposed to be pretty cool, but we'll see if we find it. If we don't, there'll always be another lodge to find. What makes a three-toed print? I mean, that looks like deer, but deer, the last time I checked, aren't three-toed. Is it just the way it's walking that it's putting a front or a rear leg right over the front, and that's what turned it into a three-toed? Either that or they've got a three-toed whitetail out here. Well, we're coming out the other end of that little nature trail. Ooh, there's some fresh water for you. Go ahead and get a drink. You don't want that? Looks like we got somebody contending our right of way here. And Cabby wins that battle. He wins that battle. Blow it out your ear. All right, buddy? We're in the campground now, right next to the lake edge. And boy, right down here there is a pull through. Electric only, there's no water hookup. Unless you hook up to that one, but I think that's for the next site. But man, imagine that view. Looking out at the lake, watching the sunset. And we got another back end. This one looks to be the full hookup. Got fishing jetties right off of your campsite. That's pretty neat. I do know there are 86 campsites in the park. Around half of those are electric, and a portion of those being full hookup. Looks like they've got a handicap ramp out here as well for fishing, which is nice. Well, of course you're going to smell poop there. Let's go. Come on, leave it be. Did you just pee on that? Ugh. Ugh. Here's some pretty nice paths. I mean, look how level that is. It's kind of like they terraced these sites in. Let's go this way, bud. I really like how they did this, how they terraformed these sites, level them out. That's got to make it a lot easier for the campers to do their business. And you kind of get a look up, and you might be able to see the lake if you look out the backside of your campsite. Pretty nice. Got some modern bathrooms. Boy, these are really modern. They don't look that old. Definitely built in the 2000s here. Got a playground right in the middle for the kids. And then horseshoes for the older kids. The gray-bearded kids. Oh my gosh, I thought that was a real bird for a second. I thought that was a real dove. This way. Come on. Leave him be. I don't know if you can see through the trees, but there's a silt pond back there. And I'm really seeing that a lot with the 4 parks that we've seen today, other than the Chinook State Forest. But the state parks, where they're damming up a creek or a river, they need a silt impediment, so a capture, in order to keep the lake from filling up with silt. Now, I don't know if there's fish in those, but it's definitely good for the wildlife. It's good for water quality. But definitely something of presence in these state parks here in southeast Iowa. We're going to end the video walking through the primitive site campground. And hope you all enjoyed this hike. We just kind of meandered around. Looks like there's some turkey hunters up there with the DNR that we spoke with earlier, who is the park ranger. And if you want to follow this on the map, it was 2.1. But again, this was kind of just a meandering around the park just to finish it out and say we were here. So hope you enjoyed the video. like, subscribe, share, comment. Tell us what you think. We'll see you next time.